All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, grandmas. This is a 1-year update on my first generation Prius, my 2002 Prius, my classic Prius, my historic Prius. We bought it with 122,000 miles a little over a year ago. If you could see it there, I put out a YouTube video in March of 2018 called I Bought a 2002 Classic Prius. Although the video came out in March, I bought the Prius in February, putting me at right now, it's in July, so March, April, May, June, July. About a year and a half, a little under a year and a half of ownership. We bought it with 122,000 miles on it. Now it has 130,000 miles, so we put about 8,000 miles on it. We have been garaging it. We rarely park it outside. Sadly, we have had some issues. I bought this car knowing it's a very DIY heavy car. They're expensive to get worked on, so it's really, you gotta wrench yourself. I knew all this getting into it, and I got the cleanest one I've ever seen, and it did give us over a year of trouble-free. At one point, I was out of state. My mom was driving it. She said something, it wouldn't start. It was the auxiliary battery. This battery in the back here, she had it replaced. It was a little over $300 from Batteries and Bulbs Plus. One thing that I noticed was the tape wouldn't play right, the tape deck. I like to listen to tapes, but there's this click, 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 click. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a really annoying click. Not a big deal to most, but and that was immediately when I bought the car. I just didn't test the tape deck, and it's probably an issue. I haven't tried cleaning the tape head. Maybe it'll not click, 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 click after that, but I did notice that. But the worst thing happened 2 days ago. Driving home from Walmart, it beeped, a Christmas tree lit up, and I got the triangle of death, or the red triangle of death that they call it in Prius world, meaning that there's a issue. I'll show it to you right now, actually. I get check engine light, ABS sometimes blinks. I get a red triangle right there with an exclamation point. There you can see, almost got 131,000. So we've put just about 9,000 miles on the car. And then this is going on right here. The screen here, it was always a little tweaky. Like, I knew that buying the car, so ignore that, but the exclamation point is what's going on. So we threw a code. I have an OBD scanner. I don't have the Bluetooth one with the Dr. Prius connectivity, and I don't have the text stream. I ordered all of that stuff. It's gonna be here in a couple days. If you're following along with the videos, you'll see what's going on then. It's gonna get very car-y techy the next couple days, I have a feeling. I'm gonna plug this OBD2 scanner into the car. If you can see right there, by the dash, that gets plugged in there. I'm doing this all by feel. That kicks on the OBD, hit enter. We got one code found. We're gonna read the codes. It's a little jerky. The car's on. Go to module, reading codes, and we get the P3006, P3006 on the two codes right there. The ABS light is now blinking. I'm so glad that I did not sell this car to anybody. I had multiple people see it, know that I paid $2,000 for it, offer me $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for it, and I just said, I don't want to sell it. It's a hybrid. They can be very finicky. I've read about it. Even though it's working well now, something could go wrong and I would feel terrible if I sold you the car. Well, now it happened. P3006 code has something to do with imbalance of the hybrid battery pack, of how it self-regulates. And the history of this car, it was a if you haven't already watched my other Prius, Gen 1 Prius video, the history of this car, the lady I bought it from, she told me that the battery pack was replaced a couple years after she owned the car at about 60,000 miles. Now, I don't know exactly how true that is. She didn't have any paperwork from it. She said that Toyota told her that they wanted the pack in order to do research. I just took her word for it that they took the pack, put a new one in, did research on her old one. I don't have any paperwork on it. She really doesn't have any reason to lie, but maybe she got that confused with something else, because that would mean that it died after it's dying after 70,000 miles. But the packs aren't always about miles. Sometimes it's about how frequently you drive the car, how old the pack is, how old the car is. There's a lot of different factors and variations with the hybrid batteries, but it is easier to yank out a pack, put a new pack in, and have a good pack for 10 more years than it would be to drop an engine or to change a transmission. So your big jobs on normal combustion engine cars, you're not gonna be able to do it in your driveway. It's not gonna be plug and play. It's going to be a lot more difficult. In that aspect of it, it's a better failure. It still very well could be the original pack from 2002 in this car. The previous owner could have gotten the recall with the electrolyte discharge problem, and they did a recall and fixed that on the battery pack, and maybe she got that confused with completely being replaced. I am by no means disappointed that this lasted. At the minimum would probably be around 10 years, and then up to about 17 years for the battery pack that's in this car. The current problem, car still drives. I've been told that I'm not supposed to drive it that much because it can further damage the pack. It can further damage other components if I continue to drive it. So I am very minimally going to be driving this car. Based on the article of Lucius Garage out of California, they say to buy a new battery pack from Toyota, which would end up costing me more than I paid for this entire car. I would be able to recoup some of it by selling some of my old cells on eBay. I've also been corresponding with Mike Lamb in the comments, so shout out to Mike Lamb. He's been giving me some advice on my own video. Granted, how awesome is the internet? Advice and help on how to fix my car. So shout out to Mike. I've never met you. You sound awesome. You're a Prius enthusiast. I've also been cruising the Prius Forums looking for any information. There's also a guy in Tampa. His name is Todd. He runs this amazing business called Tampa Hybrids Incorporated. I've actually seen his ads when I've been looking for Priuses on Craigslist. He's highly recommended in the Prius chat forums. I might give him a call tomorrow, see if he has any insight. I will probably try to rebuild the pack at least one time just for the experience. It could be anywhere from corrosion in the connections that could be messing something up, or some of the individual cells or battery modules are toast and need to be replaced or rebalanced or whatever. Or I just might need to get a new pack because they're going to be failing because it's just so old. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I haven't cracked into anything yet. I did a volt test on my auxiliary battery. I'll show you the aux battery real quick. We got the Fluke right here. Is at 12.43 with the car off, and it'll jump into the 13s with the car on. Oh yeah, and also I was getting some fan noise out of the vent, like it was overheating inside there or something, to where I was getting a lot of fan noise. I don't know if all of that is related to the same issue. Probably is. If the battery modules are failing, it's probably going to be overheating, causing the fan noises. If you have any hybrid battery knowledge and suggestions, please put them in the comment section. Hope Mike Lamb watches this video so he can get a little bit more in depth of what's going on with this Gen 1 Prius. I do enjoy this car. I enjoy it a lot. You don't see a lot of them around, especially this clean. And anyone that rides in this car actually really enjoys it also. So thank you guys so much for watching the Gen 1 Prius update, 1 year update, 1.5 year update. And if you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any encouraging comments or Prius suggestions, put them in the comments section below. Please do not run away from all Priuses because you're seeing this. It is very specific problems that are harder for the Gen 1 Prius than the Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4 Priuses. The batteries have gotten so much better. They've sold so many more Gen 2s and 3s. The batteries have gotten better. The rebuildability is better. You can call somebody off of Craigslist and get like a $500 battery pack just like swapped out. Very quick, very fast. Just a little different with the Gen 1s. A little bit more difficult. That's why they do not recommend it for everybody. Still love it. Do not hate Priuses because I'm having issues with mine right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. If you have any encouraging or Prius knowledge comments, put them in the comment section below. Or if you want to connect with me, the best place to is on Instagram or in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.